Super Mario Odyssey recently got a new trailer at E3, which revealed a central new mechanic, the capture functionality. Anyways, long story short, Mario's new half-friend, Cappy, gives him the ability to possess and become just about anything. While it might seem like a somewhat simple mechanic, this makes Cappy the most powerful and versatile Mario power-up of all time. However, Cappy also serves a somewhat more subtle function, streamlining all power-ups for a new 3D Mario game. I realized this after watching the trailer and picking up on a few key transformations: Frog Mario, Hammer Bro Mario, and Goomba Mario. All of these forms have appeared in a Mario game before to some degree. The Frog and Hammer suit were both power-ups in Super Mario Bros. 3, and a Goomba mask was in Super Mario 3D World. This isn't the first time that Mario has transformed into a type of enemy before either, as the Boo Mushroom, Blue Shell, and Penguin suit all gave him the abilities of different enemies in the series, such as turning invisible, becoming a Koopa Shell, and sliding on ice. The function of Cappy is kind of obvious as it's a major cornerstone of Odyssey. It becomes clear that it is a means of implementing different transformations and mechanics into the game. However, I think the true genius of Cappy lies in its ability to implement a plethora of different transformations and abilities into the game without cluttering it with menus or power-ups. Cappy manages to make transformations both efficient and intuitive. An AMA on Reddit with the game's producer, Mr. Koizumi, also further confirms this idea. So when we wanted to create Mario games, this time around we wanted to focus on the actions Mario can do, and in previous games he was able to get power-ups and new abilities. But this time around, when we were making many different prototypes and changed our approach, that found capturing or possessing enemies worked well, so we stuck with that. While streamlining power-ups may seem like not that big of a deal for a 3D collectathon, using transformation in other games has proven to be a monotonous and awkward task. Take the recently released Yooka-Laylee for example. While its reception has been mixed, it is easy for most people to agree on one of its biggest flaws. The game's transformations seemed both useless and hard to use. The main issue is that the process of getting the transformations felt cumbersome, and they rarely truly felt integrated into a level or core gameplay, often serving as a minor distraction or an excuse to make a cheap joke, like the pollination one in Tribal Stack Tropics. I swear man, some of this stuff really just shouldn't be in a kid's game. It seems that Cappy will render problems such as this as void, as he provides more short-term powers, providing quick and efficient transformations, and making mobility using unique forms a puzzling challenge rather than a hassle. The different gameplay that was shown makes most forms seem like they'll be used for quick and simple uses to solve puzzles and progress through the game, such as using the bullet bill to destroy blocks and making the level easier to traverse. I'm sure there will be exceptions to this, with a few transformations being used for a longer duration of time than the others, but I feel like most of them will serve a single purpose. Using Cappy to instantly possess an enemy as well as being able to quickly change back and forth between both forms will allow Odyssey to avoid Yooka-Laylee's problem of location-based transformations. Finally, in the Direct, one of the Treehouse reps stated that part of the fun of the transformations is getting them from one point to another. I'm going to assume that this will provide the game with challenges through puzzles, rather than just bad controls like in Yooka-Laylee. One of Cappy's other purposes seems to make boss battles feel dynamic and fresh. Within the trailer, we are given footage of what I can assume is two separate boss battles. One of them features Mario flying a fist into the head of some sort of idol. What is interesting about this situation is that the hand seems to belong to the idol itself. I think this points to a more dynamic fight in which the player must use standard Mario to gain possession of the idol's hands, and then use the hands to deal damage, adding two layers to the boss fight. The other boss fight features Tank Mario shooting at some sort of centipede monster on a wall. This looks to be a more standard boss fight, in which the entirety of the fight will take place as Tank Mario. I hope to see a mix of both of these kind of boss battles, allowing the game to constantly feel fresh. I'm sure Cappy will also be used to make the game's bosses have more spectacle. For example, I'd like to see them innovate on the giant Bowser trope and give us a Godzilla-style boss fight. It would be cool to fight Bowser as a T-Rex or some other giant. I've heard people talk about a King Kong versus Godzilla-esque Bowser and Donkey Kong fight, which I honestly think would be incredible. Regardless of the kinds of boss fights we end up seeing, it's clear that Mario games are no longer afraid to innovate while also going back to basics. This seems to be a recent theme of Nintendo following up the successful Breath of the Wild. I'm sure we can expect Odyssey to be another instant classic and to help set the bar in the midst of this new 3D collectathon revival. So what do you guys want to see from Cappy in Super Mario Odyssey? Let me know in the comments below. Also, to those of you guys who've been sticking around here for a long time, despite the massive video droughts on this channel, as for what's next, I already wrote a follow-up video to my hopes and fears for Breath of the Wild that I put out last summer, but I want to replay some parts of the game again so I can more thoroughly address some of the issues I had with the game. So when the next DLC drops, I'll probably spend some more time working on that so I can make a better video for you guys. And Davis and I have a project that we're working on together in the works as well, but that's still a surprise for now. Anyways, I've been Micahsoft, and thanks for watching. See ya!